What's up, YouTube? It's Miss B, and we back at it again with another video. And I said I was gonna do a part two to my story time. So yeah, before Darius, I had a abusive relationship. And what I mean by abusive relationship is that the person that I was with, he'd drink and turn to a different person. And it wasn't really a good relationship. Half the time I was scared and I stayed with him because fear of him harming me and my family, because he would threaten to harm my mom, my sister, and my kids. So I didn't want to be with nobody like that. So we stopped talking. Now, he comes over to my mama's house. He calls the police. He study sends the police over there. They coming out with guns blazing because he said it's a lot of drugs going on. We had guns over there. Anything to get the police to come, he was saying it all. I mean, everything. They got guns, they got drugs. The kids is in harm's way or whatever. And so we're just there. I hear a knock at the door. I get up. It's police. They said we need to enter the premises. I said, on what grounds? Do you have a warrant? And it was like, no. We was told that DeAndre and Caitlin is in harm's way. Mind you, DeAndre and Caitlin is from another guy that I dated. I have 3 babies' fathers, and DeAndre and Caitlin was before Red. So anyway, so we're talking or whatever. He's drinking and he changes. I never knew that this man had any mental problems. I'm not talking about nobody that have a mental problem. I have family members that have that, so I'm not talking about it. But his mom didn't make me aware that her son's supposed to take medicine. So he gets out of control. He had an episode. And in one of the episodes, he threw a car at my son because of his father. And my son is named Junior after his father. So he was like, well, your son is a faggot. You're desperate, this and that and the third. So I'm like, well, why don't you just leave before it escalates? We're in my mom's house while he's doing all that. So he leaves, but then he comes back. And when he comes back, he gets my mom has a 2-flat. So my mom stays on the 2nd floor and my neighbors stay on the 1st floor. So we're on the 2nd floor. He bangs on the neighbor door downstairs. He said, bitch, I'm gonna get your mama put out. I'm gonna get you put out. I'm gonna make your mama hate you, this and that and the third. So everything that he's saying, I'm not really taking offense because I know, I'm gonna call 12 or whatever. 12, if you do not know what 12 is, it's police. So I said, I'm gonna call police or whatever. Mind you, I call the police, they come, they take him, they apprehend, get him to the car. Once they get him to the car, they take him, like, I say 25 to 20 miles away from where my mom stayed. Took him to the red line on 55th. And then he makes his way back. Now he's messing with the neighbors up the alley that's in the back of my mom's house. Anything he could do to harass me, stalk me, that's what he was doing. I mean, sending pictures of his private area, sending pictures of guns, talking about what he was going to do to me, dig up my son that passed away. Like anything that can harm or hurt me, that's what he was doing. So I'm just over this situation. So me and my first baby's father, we started back talking. We in tune with each other or whatever. And anything to get this guy, a normal person would get it if a girl started talking to another guy. Okay, she don't want to talk to me no more. When she put me on red, she's ignoring my phone calls. She ignoring text messages. She ignoring messages from family members from me. Any other guy would get the message. Him was a different breed. He took it as a game. It was like fun. So he comes over to my mom's house, disrespect my mom. My mom tell him, can you please leave? He didn't want to leave. He was like, FUB to my mom, totally disrespectful. My other baby's father is there, which is my other kid's biological father. He was there and he told him to leave. So he pulls out a weapon. Now that's when it flips. I went from wanting my baby daddy to get him away from my mom's house by any means necessary, but when a gun got pulled out, I'm like, stop. This is my child's father, my daughter's father. Don't do it. Retreat, retreat. I'm sending signals like, okay, this is going too far. All I did was just wanted this man to leave. He's not leaving. So I end up moving with my sister. We end up moving to Danville. Danville, 3 hours outside of Chicago. So we moved there. He comes there. I was still messing with this guy because I was in fear of him or whatever. So we get to Danville. When we get to Danville, that was the most terrible decision I have ever made in my life, of bringing this guy with me, knowing from a previous the things he did before. What would make you think that he would do that? Okay, take him down there with me and my other kids. Terrible decision. Soon as we get in there, he puts holes in the wall. I just went to the grocery store shopping and fill up the crib or whatever. Everything that I bought from the grocery store, he opened it. I'm talking about eggs, butter, flour, sugar, cereal, meat, raw meat, everywhere. Just anything just to disrupt the peace. Now my Danville was different than Chicago. Their rules and regulations was all the way different. If you're down there and you're being disrupted, you get barred. Barred means you get banned from being around there. If they see you, first you're gonna get a ticket, and then the next you're gonna have to pay a fine, and then you're gonna go do jail time or whatever. He didn't care about none of that. He didn't care. He would get drunk, get belligerent, get out of control, get aggressive, put his hands on me. Mind we end up making a baby. Oh my God, I love my daughter. We end up having a baby. While I'm pregnant, he kicking me in my stomach, hitting me, taking my purse, taking all of my identification, throwing it on top of the housing complex or whatever. I had to tell the housing maintenance to come get my stuff. Locked himself inside my home with the keys inside. The police trying to. I'm telling them. I'm like, he's in there. Can y'all get him? Can y'all please just take him to jail? Lock him up. Whatever you have to do. Take him to a hospital, a mental hospital or whatever. They said, ma'am, there's nothing we can do. He locked himself inside of the crib. So I goes to my sister's house. My sister lives in Danville too. So I'm at her house with me and my kids. We're locked up in there. He's banging on my sister's door, banging on her neighbor's door. Anything to get us put out, anything to get me to come back to him. So, and I was feeling bad. My sister didn't care that I was there, but knowing me, the type of person that I am, I didn't want that drama on my sister. So I told her, can you watch my kids for me? I'm going to go back with her. Brittany, you ain't got to go back. I'm like, Shantasia, if I don't leave, he going to get you put out. Go back with him. We in there, we're fighting. He locks me inside of a room. He takes my phone. Call my family. Well, no, not call, text my family like he is me. And was like, me and him made back up. So y'all need to forgive him. Call off the goons. Don't have nobody doing nothing to him because I love him. We gonna be together or whatever. Mind you, that's not me talking. This man is out of control. There's something wrong. Pray for him. Still praying for him right now to this current day. So the baby that I had that he kicked, one day he kicked me so hard in my stomach, my baby stopped moving. I was 8 months pregnant. She was moving around a lot. He got drunk. We got into it. He kicked me. I didn't feel my daughter. I told my sister, I'm like, Tay, I don't feel her no more. I don't feel my baby moving no more. I was so scared or whatever. I ended up going to the hospital. While I'm inside of the hospital, he trashed the house. Trash the house. I'm talking about messing the house up. Mind you, where I lived in Danville was different. Trash couldn't be left in the back of our house. If it was left back there, I get a fine, have to pay that. First fine is $50. The second fine is $100. The next one is $150. The fourth one, you're going to jail. And you're going to get kicked up out of there. So I wasn't trying to go back to my mom's house because I didn't want to hear, I told you so. What was the reason why you just didn't call the police? You know, don't want to hear what your parents really had to say. I was grown at the time or whatever. So had my kids there. I leave. I leave Danville. The last fight we had, I stabbed him to get him up off of me. He tried to throw bleach on me in front of my kids. And the only way he broke away is because I said that if you don't move, I'm like, so you gonna throw bleach on me in front of my kids? You gonna throw bleach on me in front of my kids? He said, yeah, B, I don't give a fuck. We all gonna die. Ooh. Okay. So in order to get him back, I did poked him. Poked him right here. Poked him inside of the chest. Mind you, I got scared. That's when he runs upstairs, barricades himself in the bathroom, lock himself in the bathroom. I don't have no time to think. I don't have no time to wait on trying to get some shoes, trying to get a jacket for my kids. We trucking it. You hear me? I mean, we ain't got no shoes, no socks on. I banging on my neighbor door, banging on her door. I'm like, please let me in. Can you please let me in? He trying to hurt me and my kids. So one of the guys that I knew in Danville ended up letting me come inside his house. He comes right after. My neighbor told me to go upstairs inside his house with the kids. Y'all gonna be okay. He come over here acting crazy. I got something for him. We all know what that is, but we ain't even gonna talk about it. But long as y'all feel what I'm saying. So he says that. He banging on the door. Boom, 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 boom. Let me in, let me in. Is she over here? No, bro, she ain't over here. Why is you doing that to her, bro? Those kids, not even your kids, bro. Man, he ain't trying to listen to what them dudes saying. He was like, man, fuck y'all. Y'all don't know her. What y'all fucking her? Woo, this and that and the third. Man, that bitch is dirty. That bitch got AIDS. That bitch got woo. I ain't got Nan disease. Nan disease. Mind you, I finally break away. When I break away from him, I changed my name, I changed my phone number, I changed my Facebook. I like basically live incognito. Basically like I'm dead off the face of the earth. Like he cannot find me. He need to leave my family alone. He done harassed all of my family. Every time I met somebody after him, he'll cuss them out, cuss their family out, say harmful things, make threats to hurt them. Basically wanted me to just live in fear of him. When I met Darius, that was like a saving grace. That was like peace that I had because after him I wasn't dating guys no more. I started dating females, anything to try to find love to. It wasn't working. My life before I got saved, I'm saved now. My life before I got saved, I was promiscuous. I was messing with this person, that person, not all in the same time, but still, just not, your body is your temple. You supposed to make men work for it, not just giving it away. I changed my life so much. I pray more. My kids pray. My kids are in school. My oldest son is 11 years old. He's in 5th grade. My daughter is in 4th grade. She's 9 years old. I mean, 10. We're about to be 10 years old. Like, I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful for the Lord Jesus Christ to save my life, saving grace, because I don't know what I was gonna do. He still, even to 2024, called DCFS numerous of times, making false cases, and he can't never prove the cases, saying I'm doing drugs, saying the person that I'm with doing drugs. He can't never prove them. But I had a lot of DCFS cases. He plays police games. That's what he do. That's just what he do. So the baby that we had together, I do not have custody of her. He signed his rights over to his mother. My baby doesn't even stay with him. I don't know now, but I know then I don't have custody of my baby. He took my baby from me. His mother took her too. They lied and said my baby had a ringworm, this and that and the third. She just came home to the hospital out of Danville. And he called his mama and said, we finna get put out because our lights got turned off. Because he wasn't paying nothing. He stayed with me rent free, ain't put a grocery, nothing in there. He was buying toilet paper, tissue, that was every now and then. But as far as food, anything of that sort, he wasn't buying it. Wasn't. Okay? So his mother ended up taking, so her reason for taking my daughter was that I had postpartum depression. Not that her son was crazy, not that he had a mental problem, not that he was belligerent, not that he was an alcoholic, not that he was domestic violence, not that he was abusive. It wasn't none of that. It was she is a brainwasher. I'm a brainwasher. That's what she calls me. Anything my daughter do good, my daughter don't have of me. When the only thing my daughter have of me is an attitude. That's what this lady told me. The lady told me that I'm not a good mother. I'm not fit to be my daughter's mother. She took my daughter when my baby was an arm baby. Mind you, we in 2025. My daughter was born in 2018. The last time I seen my daughter, she was 3. I haven't seen my daughter. I haven't talked to her. I haven't held her. I haven't touched her. She doesn't have a relationship with her brother. She doesn't have a relationship with her sister. She doesn't have a relationship with her baby brother. She doesn't have a relationship with my mom, with my dad, with my sisters. She doesn't have a relationship with them. She doesn't know them. To them, to her, we are a stranger. Like, I have been through so much that a normal person would have been given up. I tried to go back to get my daughter, went to his mother's house, called the police, tried to get my daughter. His mom come flying down the street. Me, my mom, and my sister, we're on the block where my daughter lived. I'm not going to say the address, but we're on the block where my daughter lived, and we see his mom flying down the street. She thought that this was the day that somebody was trying to take her. I tried. Mind you, I had the police with me. They tell me she has full custody of my daughter. Temporary guardianship. To what age? I don't understand. They did some sneaky stuff. Put some in the news articles and where I couldn't see it to an address that I couldn't appear in court. So it made it seem like that I didn't care about my daughter. I bought my daughter things. The mother was a habitual liar. She would just lie, make up lies, anything and everything. Even when I tried to get my daughter, she wouldn't want my daughter to come. She'd say, oh, it's raining. Oh, it's cold outside. But you have cars. You have a car. You have a car. What's the problem with me getting my daughter? What's the problem with her coming to see me? when I did live in Chicago. I don't want to be around my daughter where I'm being monitored by the grandmother. I don't need help being a mother. So I never disrespected. Everybody in my family told me, why did I let this lady keep my daughter for so long? Why you didn't go over there and being rowdy? What would Rowdy would have done? Right now I don't have her. So what would that benefit? What would me putting my hands on her benefit? Would it have been good? Yeah, in the moment to release frustration. But right now I don't have her. I had other kids to think about. I had other kids to tend to. I had other kids to worry about. So I end up meeting Darius. The best thing ever happened to me. I promise you. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I'm family. Family. That's all I am. Family. Family. I'm pushing P all day. I'm pushing peace. I'm pushing prosperity. I'm pushing perseverance. I'm pushing, if you not pushing P, you can't sit with me. You can't come around me. I don't have time for the negativity inside my life. I don't have time for people with anger issues or holding grudges and this and that and the third. I'm on a whole new vibe. The kingdom of God, you can't come into the kingdom being mad at your enemy. I never knew that saying forgiveness is not for you, it's for the other person. I never understood, but I understand what it is. You forgive them so that you can be peaceful, so you can be happy, and pray for them. Don't wish bad on them. Feed them when they need something. Clothe them when they need clothes. Shelter them when they need shelter. That's what the Bible say. I'm on a whole nother vibe. At first, I was out of control. I was fighting all the time. I was drinking, smoking. I'm 32 years old. I left my mama's house when I was what? 20, 25. Somewhere like that. 23, 25, I had came back. But ever since then I've been on my own. Making it happen. Making it work. Making it work. So that was the end of this video, guys. I love you guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Turn your post notification bells on so you will never miss a video. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.